Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday to all of you. And like I always ask you, hope all of you are doing truly well out here. And it's such a uh, happy and pleasurable morning. So we are dealing with one of the most difficult um, pandemics, and of course, it's getting even worse right now. And now that we're really suffering with a very serious topic of getting oxygen, which is actually free, or we are not even able to buy it. On a serious topic, we have come here with a very positive thinking and a very fun note with what a topic, Dum Maro Dum, and with who else but Dr. Mickey Mehta. So allow me to quickly give you an introduction of all the panelists that we have out here with us today. But to give a quick introduction, True Wealth Integrative Health TV is an initiative of True Wealth Integrative Healthcare, which provides integrative health and personalized nutrition advice to control, prevent, and reverse lifestyle, autoimmune, as well as infectious diseases to help reach the ultimate goal of holistic health and happiness. True Wealth Integrated TV shares authentic knowledge and wisdom from healthcare and nutrition stalwarts to help you separate science from hype arising from the social media explosion. Which is why, really, we have Dr. Mickey Mehta with us today. And his introduction is another honor, actually, that I have out here today. He is, of course, a leading global holistic guru and a corporate life coach to billionaires, Bollywood superstars, top politicians, and several Miss Worlds and Miss Universes. He has also trained police, army, navy, air force, and many more. And honorary double doctorate in holistic health and life sciences. Dr. Mickey Mehta is a pioneer in promoting holistic health in India. Dr. Mickey Mehta has completed 51 or 51 plus years actually in yoga and is has also a 40-year long career in of course teaching people and really promoting health and happiness. He's one of the most leading social media influencers, actually more than that. He has been an inspiration to many in the health and wellness space. He has innumerable awards to his name. To name a few, the Health and Wellness Icon Award of India by Economic Times, 100 Most Impactful Wellness Leaders of the World, announced at the Global Wellness Conclave in 2018. He has been awarded by the Rotary Club of India in its centenary year for his highest contribution in health and wellness, and he's the recipient of the Fit and Fab Global Spa Award in 2019 as the pioneer of holistic health and wellness in India. He has spoken at various different conferences, the doctor conferences, as well at the Harvard University, IIMs, IIT, and more coveted universities as well. So it's going to be a lot of simple but great learning from him. He has conducted several workshops. Ever since the first International Yoga Day started in 2015, he has been conducting yoga, by the way, with China NC and has more than 4 lakh followers in this space. And he's also addressed the Brahma Kumari National Conference, and recently his programs have also been launched on Hotstar, Tata Sky, Video DTH, and so his followers have really crossed 100 million. So it's such a big pleasure. Apart from all this, he also finds time to write, and he is the author of bestsellers like The Shunyam Quotient and The Lose Weight Gain Space Shape. Sorry. So while we are going to go through this show, I always keep saying that which he keeps telling us is that we are going to be energized, naturalized, optimized, maximized, wellness revolutionized, and we are going to get Mickey Mice today on this show. So it's such a pleasure to have him, and I would request all the panelists to unmute themselves and presenting on the virtual stage Dr. Mickey Mehta with us today. And we also have a quick introduction also of the other panelists who are here. We have a special guest, Zeenal Patel. She has really helped us get these programs through, get us all together. And she's Mahamanti at the BJP Gujarati Mumbai She's Mumbai President Mahila Dakshata Samiti. She's VP Namo Foundation Maharashtra and member of the Indo-Japanese Association. And she is a socio-political, I would call her an expert, not just worker, because she's been extensively doing a lot of social work for so many people across. And the other special guest who really, we are in awe with his fitness practices. But more than that, he's a very successful businessman, and yet he finds time to practice yoga and also promote it. And he has some exceptional techniques with him, and he practices so many other fitness stuff that we would, of course, want to learn a lot from him as well. So we have them, and we also have Surbi with us today. Surbi actually, through this pandemic, really competed with the Mrs. India, Femina Mrs. India, and she did get up to the last round. And it's amazing to have her also ask a few questions with us and make a few comments here. But to begin with, sir, it's such a pleasure to be with you, and I really want to stop talking, though. For a few people, I'm a nutrition expert and founder and CEO of True Wealth. I don't want to talk anything more about myself, but straight really get to you. And to start with, we started the show with Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina Sarve Santu Niramaya. It's really your mission to have a disease-free world. And with this pandemic, does it really look difficult, or do you really think it has created an opportunity for us to, propagate health and wellness more because people are more receptive now? Well, if you could unmute yourself, so
Now, am I fine? Am I
yes,
audible?
yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
I want to start this with a very small, just 1 minute I will take. And I'm playing a song which will remind you of our old connect with Dhammarudam. And you will reminisce about the high of life, the pleasure of life, but the same could be attained in a very different way. Great music. Now listen the outcome. Got it. Now the essence to bring this song forward was that there is this one dumb, which are drugs, which take you to a very transient high, destroys you, degenerates you, and disintegrates you from within, cripples you, puts you on crutches of life. And there is this dum, which is so freely available. Wo dum bharna puts you on a very different high of life. So when I say dam marudam, recently I put out a post saying that breathe in a lot of free oxygen. Don't wait to stand in the queue to buy it. So dam marudam is fill yourself up with the goodies and the power treasure of nature, which is prana, which is urja, which is pure potential energy out of which you can manifest everything that you want. Okay, so breath is a primary fundamental element of our life. If we weren't breathing at all, we wouldn't be experiencing all this around us. Now, if breathing is primary and fundamental, you have to breathe well. The true wealth of health comes through prana, breathing, and deep breathing. So there is one clavicle breathing, which is very shallow, then chest breathing, furthermore, and then deep breathing from below your navel, where your whole diaphragm moves 12 to 13 centimeters. It vibrates. It vibrates and synchronizes with the cosmic energy. It resonates with the universe. You empty your lungs completely, all 5 lobes, and fill in your lungs back with powerful, vibrant, radiant force of creativity and productivity. So that is Dam Maro Dam. Now, let us do a Dam practice. So in this lockdown, I launched on Tata Sky something called Poison Bee, prevention of infection, seeding, optimal nasal breathing. Prevention of infection, seeding, optimal nasal breathing. Let's do it together. अगर शेम्बूर बाहर आ जाए तो माफ कर देना. Okay. So keeping your spine straight but not stiff. Keeping your body erect but not hard. So like this we start. 12 breaths and then 6 breaths of slow. Again, you can do this. Can you imagine Rajashri, Zinal, and my best friend, my brother, Himanshu? This breath enough, trust me, this breath enough is good to give you a high of life, very high immunity. It is said that Bhamri is also very good to release nitric oxide. So Bhamri and poison bee and any kind of aggressive alternated with relaxed breathing. Literally what it does, let me tell you, I saw so very many people after taking vaccination for 3 days, 4 days, they were down. Body aches, fevers, back stiff, couldn't eat well, couldn't sleep well, shivering. Why? Absolute poor immunity. So what happened technically, that if your immunity is good, then first immediately your T cells are released in abundance when you do a lot of breathing, a lot of asanas, a lot of good food, cheer, joy, laughter, sleep, everything put together. So T cells are released and they take care of the invasion. Level 2, the B cells, the bone marrow cells. So those hormones are released. The bone marrow hormones, B cells are released. And they further contain the invasion. But for those where both the levels fail, the cytokine storm starts. And in their endeavor to kill the virus, germs, and bacteria, they also kill your immunity. Unknowingly, subconsciously, because this is an autoimmune trigger and it is the body's last ditch effort to keep you well. So Dam Maro Dam in particular gives you that kind of high with your synaptic connections firing, with your neural correlates working so well, your left and your right brain working in tandem as an orchestration of Zubin Mehta. Okay? Like the symphony, the harmony of nature, like birds chirping on one side, butterflies fluttering on the other, sunshine coming up on one side of the universe and full moon on the other side, stars shining bright, planets moving in harmony. This is the kind of high you get when you are in Dam Maro Dam. That is filling up your vital capacity of oxygen to 5 liters, not keeping it under 2, under 2.5, and being vibrant with life force, surging energy, raring to go every day in the morning at 6 o'clock, taking the bull by the horns without aggression, with a lot of love flowing, a lot of compassion, empathy, sympathy flowing, which them in self are very healing in nature. So with super breathing Dam Maro Dam, serotonin is in abundance. Okay, you must also know when you do with a lot of slow breathing, opiates are released. Okay, endorphins, abundance. And most important, you're in a state of joy, love, harmony. So great amount of oxytocin in your body. So with harmony of hormones, with the cosmic chemistry, the cosmic harmony with our biological harmony, Dam Maro Dam is the supreme art of living. Thank you, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ji, for teaching us so many things. Thank you, Sadhguru ji. Thank you, Baba Ramdev. Thank you, BK Zangar. Thank you, Mahansa ji, for blessing us all with all the yoga of the world and all the pranayamas of the world.
That's such a great way to start. Like you said, breakfast
Breath for
is
breakfast.
that's such a great concept, isn't it? And we experienced it right now. I mean, and now that we've experienced it, we promise you that we're going to follow it. So I would, on that note, request Himanshu ji to, shoot some of his questions to Dr. Mehta.
Yeah, Mickey Bhai, hi.
Hi, brother.
Yeah. So initially, I was confused about this caption of Dam Maro Dam. I thought it reminded me of Zinat Aman, and I thought you must be talking about some smoking chilam techniques kind of a thing. But it's all about breathing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the same technique what you showed right now, is it? Or anything more than that?
Okay, no, this is, I mean, of course, there are all breathing techniques of the life,
Yes.
which are established in our Yoga Sutras. But in particular, if you alternate between a vigorous breath regulated technique and a relaxed breath regulated technique, your immunity is an all-time high. Your mood elevation is all-time high. So we have these Bij mantras, no? Lam, Vam,
Yeah.
Ram, Yam, Hum. Now let us add 161, Dum. And introduce Dum also as the sixth limb of that. Okay. So also see what is a Dum? It is an intake and exhalation, inhalation, exhalation. So the exhalation has to be very, very strong. It has to be deep inside your navel, where your polyvagus nerve vibrates because of your breath. Then your Manipura chakra gets empty of all fears, phobias, anxiety, because you're breathing out. Then your heart chakra gets a dynamo charge of compassion and empathy, sympathy. And Vishuddhi chakras, the BMR goes to high. And creativity, your vision, your visionary chakra, Agyan chakra opens up with visions and gives you directions to life. And Sahasra chakra immediately makes you an Antaryami. So momentarily you do become an Antaryami. And the more you practice this, the influence of all this carries with you. So the conditions will become your state. And once it becomes your state, you have arrived. I am yet traveling in that journey, Himanshu Bhai. I know you are very much ahead in life where that is concerned. I bow to you for your seniority.
Oh, no.
Thank you.
So while we're talking about breathing and practicing Dum is the right way, how does this Dum help us to actually build our lung health? Because you did explain to us complex stuff. Actually, what you very easily spoke about is ARDS, which we all are fearing today, and septic shock, which we are fearing.
Yeah.
So what level can this actually help us build the lung
So
health?
in this last year and a half, I've worked with 100 plus COVID patients and got them to recover in half the time than the clinical recovery time otherwise. And it is no mean miracle by me. It is purely the science of yoga and Vedas, Ayurveda, yoga. Humans have the power to rise above gods and fall below animals. So let's choose to rise above gods by empowering ourselves with this dam. हम लोग बोलते हैं बिरयानी में दम देते हैं, वो नीचे से दम देते हैं, यहाँ हम ऊपर से दम देते हैं. And this dam literally charges your lungs, and all the voluntary and involuntary contractions of your body become very vibrant. Your central nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic nervous system are completely alert like a cobra in Bhujangasana. Okay, but it doesn't know how to bite. It only knows how to create light. So this oxygen gives you so much of light in your brain, so much of present moment awareness, and so much of vision. It literally clears the fog. It gives you clarity of thought. So confusions are alleviated and clarity emerges. Complexities of life are dissolved and vision emerges. lethargy, anxiety, fear, phobias विसर्जित हो जाते हैं और हिम्मत, आत्मबल, आत्मा शक्ति जागृत हो जाती है इस दम से.
So is this like Kundali awakening?
बिल्कुल.
Kundali awakening, and then you are off all the you develop immunity against all the diseases, and
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
in the
So,
times
Jinal,
we are facing.
yeah, Zinal, you've asked a very pertinent question. What typically happens that when you are in the no living practice of all these arts, when you're mingling with the nature, when you're synchronized with the cosmos, your unity consciousness is synchronized with the unity consciousness. So unit with the unity. That is the time, without our wanting, the Jagruti of Kundalini happens. So from fight, flight, fornicate, and food, it turns around and Urdhva Gaman happens towards higher realities, higher subtleties, higher expressions of life, deeper understandings, deeper realities of being, deeper profundities, perspectives of life living and the art of living as a flow, dhara, prava, radha, everything.
Maharishi Mahesh Yogi always talks about, elevation and, slow breathing and, basically it's the breath control. So what do you have to say about this?
Maharishi Mahesh Yogi ji is one of the super guys who, influenced me in life. He introduced yogic flying,
Transcendental.
transcendental
Transcendental
meditation.
meditation.
Yeah, TM.
Levitation.
Yeah,
Yes.
and he introduced yogic flying because there is a science of trampoline and bouncing where your neural firing goes to a very different level when you begin to experience gravity and do back and forth from gravity in a bounce. The spinal cord and the nervous system running through it activates and lightens up your brains, both your brains to the highest point. And all such things are so, in 70s, trampolines were at their highest best because lymphatic drain happens with trampoline, great blood circulation happens with trampoline, and all the feel good hormones are released. So Maharishi Mahesh Yogi ji's best science to life was a marriage of yoga and Veda, his offering to life. And transcendental meditation is going beyond the thought screen of the mind and going beyond the source of thoughts, going to the source, absolutely in the blank state, and ananda, bliss, where there is only light and no thought, where there is only pure potential awareness and only experience of oneness, ekagrata, the kevalya, yatha pinde tatha brahmande, tattvamasi, and most importantly, soham. Soham. So rise of the inner self is the Jagruti of the Kundalini.
So you keep talking about the fact that science with spirituality, and you
Yeah.
leave us spellbound when you say that. And you say that it has the power to restore and repair. So in these times when again oxygen is something which is the most expensive on earth, how can that really help us restore and repair, especially people who are suffering right now?
So what happens as we age, the whole aging process is oxidation of the body, free radicals, not getting enough breath, lungs not working well, nervous system not working well, digestive system getting impeded and getting obstructed and poor. There, your cellular regeneration pace slows down. Lethargy in cellular regeneration and vitality begins to slow down, because of which there is dis-ease, discomfort, disorder, disorientation, malfunction, ailment, decay, death. Human beings can live forever. Our yogis may be still living forever somewhere in Himalayas. We don't know. Chinese Zen masters must be living forever somewhere. We don't know. Human beings have the science of superconsciousness to live forever, because at a point you can transcend food. At a point, you can transcend water. And at a point, you can transcend breath and live on ether. This is what Santhara teaches you in the Jain philosophy. So let go of food. So your lust for life, lust for achievements, drive for life, and energy for life to go out and achieve and struggle is cut off. Detachment, vairagya. Then the thirst for life, when you give up water, the thirst to live and thirst to enjoy life is also cut off. And giving up water, the quest for life is also let go. And then when you let go your breath, you can choose to go underground or get locked up in a cave and live only on ether, because your body by that time gets tuned to survive only on ether. And your body will not decompose, it will not decay. There have been yogis who've dug pits underground and been there inside for days and locked themselves into deeper caves and emerged enlightened, brightened, quiet, still, silent, but the silence which knows how to dance, not the silence which is burning from inside of the creation. The silence which understands the dance of creation, the eternal dance of creation of molecules, the atomic particles, where there is no way one can go wrong once you understand the eternal dance and its eternal pure song.
Yeah, I have a question, Mickey Bhai.
Bolo bhai.
Yeah.
Before you ask the question,
Okay,
you should
ladies
see the-
first. Okay, fine.
you should see the smile on the faces of me and Himanshu Bhai while you're talking.
And
That-
Zinal also.
those are signs of me getting Mickey Mized, is what I can say. I don't think I'm going to be able to ask any more questions. So over to you, Himanshu Bhai.
Okay, right, Mickey Bhai. Speaking of lust,
Haji.
if you don't mind, I would like to ask a question on something sensational, and controversial topic. Yeah, but certainly a profound one. Is it okay?
Of course.
Rajeshri, all our audience are above 18 plus?
Yes, this is spirituality.
I don't know, but you can try.
Okay, it's about sex. See, irony is that everyone is born out of sex. So is the whole, and also the whole creation on planet is out of sex, right? Sex is an act gifted to humans, either for pleasure or progeny. On the other hand, Maharishi Vatsyayana, who is the author of Kama Sutra, refrained himself from both. He remained a brahmachari for his entire life. And such a paradox or controversy, isn't it confusing?
So life exists in paradoxes. A great explanation given by Khalil Gibran in his book, The Prophet, says that the reality of paradox is that two diametrically opposite pillars are needed to hold the temple of love. So to hold any truth in the purview of time, matter, space, light, motion, mass, paradoxes are needed, because a reality and the truth always has the opposite sides burning bright. Now coming to the point that sex is needed as instinctive for procreation, but when sex transcends in its emotions and sentiments, and when it comes into oneness, see, in sex there are two opposites. But when sex transcends into love, the two become one. So that becomes love. When love translates into prayer, the two dissolve themselves into the absolute. It becomes a prayer. And when that prayer becomes fragrant, it becomes worship. So the need for sex thereafter is gone, because the experience of worship is already attained. Now, once somebody experiences that samadhi, that siddhi, then the need for sex gradually dwindles. Now, the glimpse of that samadhi, where the other was needed, where you connected with the other, you dissolved into the other, you became one with that, you became sweet and fragrant with that, then probably you don't need the other. Then your Khechari Mudra is good enough to make you one with yourself. So sex is a journey to love. Love is the journey to love making, romance, and worship. And worship is the journey to prayer. So once trupti, utmost trupti, ananda is attained to, then the need for sex is dropped with your animal instincts, and the quest for elevation of consciousness to be one with the fragrance of this universe prevails. So
Sir?
you, Haji, hi.
So I
I'm
want
so
to first,
sorry, please continue. I'll ask
Give me
you
one
for
sec. I
something.
want to make a comment on, because Himanshu Bhai was actually trying to hold himself if he should ask this question. But I want to thank you for asking it, because
Yeah.
what a great beautiful answer we have received from Dr. Mehta, and what a way to think. And through these troubled times, these are also questions which really need an answer. And grateful to both of you, really.
So you know the
Thank
last
you.
line on that, Sambhog se samadhi, na agadi na pichadi.
But we have our beautiful Surbi with us, and I
Bring it
really
on.
go ahead, Surbi, asking what you want.
Sir, so I have, first of all, you are a powerhouse of knowledge. I'm so grateful I'm here. Thank you for inviting me, Didi. And sir, I have two questions. One thing that you said, जब बिरयानी को दम हम नीचे से देंगे, हम अपने आप को दम ऊपर से देंगे. Now, whenever we are talking about yoga or a lifestyle or an exercise, people just say we do it to keep ourselves fit. So they are just talking about keeping themselves in shape, not talking about how it keeps them fit in the head, which you said, which is a very perfect thing. So right now, at this point in time, we really need to keep ourselves fit in the head, because physical fitness, I've seen, very, very sorry to say, very troubled time, very physical fit people who've lost their lives. We've just lost a friend yesterday. He was very, very fit. Like, if you look at his body, total chiseled body he had, and we lost him yesterday. So at this time, what should be the percentage of mental and physical well-being? What should be the ratio?
So Surabhi, for this we must understand one thing, that the movement of manifestation and the process mechanics of manifestation, the life comes from invisible to visible. Invisible is paramount, fundamental, and primary. Visible is the outcome of the invisible. So the mind is the invisible non-local entity which needs to be fed first. What is it that you feed the mind is what the mind will then throw back. Okay, so instead of feeding your mind with, I would say, disease, death, decay, feed your mind with antigens, oxygen, celebration, meditation. So once your feed changes, automatically the worldview of your personalized mind, which is a part of the cosmic intelligence, yeah, completely the orientation right from its axis changes. So it is up to you what feed to give it. So just move your attention, whatever you put attention on becomes strong for you. That the energy principle says that you put attention into the field, you energize it. You put intention into the field, you transform it. So once we put attention on Dham Maro Dham, doing yoga asanas, understanding the yoga sutras, decoding the Sankhya Yoga, the Jnana Yoga, automatically your orientation opens up the convolutions of your shut mind and makes you evolve like a lotus to receive information, wisdom. Your head becomes like an antenna. You pick up the wisdom of creative and productive sciences of this universe, and they play their part into you. That imprints all the impressions on your DNA and your genes, and they play it out in the body. So your body will want to go and breathe. Your body will want to embrace the sun. Your body will want to leap to the full moon. Your body will want to fly with the birds. Now, all those transforming, translating thoughts in you uplift your energy and uplift your immunity. And that is a food for your mind. Calming down, And this can only happen in the state of being, not in the state of doing. So doing is ugly. Sex is ugly. That's doing. Being is love. Making love. Okay. Cooking food is destroying the food. Making food. Mother makes food. Makes magic happen. So in the state of being, the becoming happens. Doing is ugly. And Buddhas, Krishna, Christ, Muhammad, Mahadev probably were made out of making love, not out of sex. Because when you make love with a partner and dissolve in the fragrance and the sweetness of that being, you will only attract divine souls into your womb.
I wanted to ask a question.
Yeah.
This you told about the divine consciousness. So Deepak Chopra ji always in his meditation he teaches that there are not 7 chakras. He talks about 13 chakras. He says there is a chakra here, this, and then there is 1 feet, and then there is a chakra on the ceiling above, and then you communicate with the universe. He always teaches in his meditation. This is the way to increase the higher consciousness is according to him. According to you, what will your philosophy be? What should we do?
So I think as simple people, see, if you want to get into a profession like this, like I'm into by default, but for simple people who don't want to get into this profession, you should not worry about your aura. You should not worry about your causal body. You should not worry about your manomay kosha. You should not worry about Pancha Mahabhutas. You should not think about Pancha Tattvas. All you should do is what are you consuming?
Dam maro dam.
Dam maro dam. So consume love. Consume sattvic bhojan. Consume sattvic empathy, sympathy, love, harmony. Do your karya kirti. Sanskriti is about kriti. It is about a scientific, productive, creative process of life. That is what Sanskrit means actually. Sanskrit is a creative, productive science of life. It is not a language. And from Sanskrit is born Sanskriti. From Sanskriti is born sanskaras. From sanskaras are born karyas, karma. From karma is born the dharma. So जिसकी संस्कृति महान है, उसको ये सब सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है कि चक्र कितने हैं, पहिए कितने हैं, घोड़े कितने हैं और गधे कितने हैं. Just simplify. सात्विक भोजन, सात्विक दम, सात्विक प्राणायाम, सात्विक जीवन, सरल, सहज और प्रेम से भरपूर. देखो, अगर फ्रूट खाना है तो रस से भरपूर और जिंदगी जीना है तो प्रेम से भरपूर.
Beautiful.
So अगर ये सारी चीजें आ गई तो आपको ये सब सोचने की जरूरत नहीं है. ये बॉडी, वो बॉडी, अंदर की बॉडी, बाहर की बॉडी, सब एक ही बॉडी. एक बॉडी में सारी चीजें फिट कर दो अंदर और मेंटली स्पिरिचुअली फिट हो जाओ.
So mind is medicine.
Mind is medicine.
As you say.
Yeah, I've done some 100 webinars on mind is medicine.
Okay.
Yeah, बोलो सुरभि.
Sir, one little question. आप बॉडी की बात कर रहे हैं.
हाँ जी.
तो ने सेक्स की बात करी. अब सर इसके अंदर what happens is that when we talk about literature of people, very accomplished people, then they are describing a woman differently. And I think male body description very, very less. Maybe when we look at Michelangelo's those sculptures that he has made, maybe तब हम देख सकते हैं. तो women की body को बहुत describe करा गया है, and women's body is described in a very different way. And do you think that our bodies are made differently and we need to engineer them differently because we are made differently?
So let me tell you that when life force expresses itself in its manifestation form as matter, matter has to be born out of polarities. There has to be a harmony, the energy accord, not discord. The energy accord, the symphony harmony between the two polarities. So my book, The Shunyam Quotient, is about accordance and harmony of polarities, where polarities complement and they don't conflict, where polarities complement and they don't contradict. So when a man lays, जब एक मनुष्य, जब एक औरत के अंदर सेक्स के द्वारा एक बीज बोता है, वो बीज जीवन का होता है। और जब वो प्रेम के द्वारा, प्रार्थना के द्वारा, श्रद्धा, वर्शिप से, पूजा से वो बीज बोता है, तो वो परमात्मा का बीज बनता है। सो जब परमात्मा की आस्था होगी तो जीवन से उठकर ऊपर आदमी पहले नारी की पूजा करेगा, क्योंकि नारी की पूजा में पूरे विश्व की पूजा है, पूरे यूनिवर्स की पूजा है। बिकॉज नारी इज सिंबॉलिक, शी इज अ representation of a universal womb. She is a perfect association to teleport to the universal womb. So if you don't love your mother, your wife, your sister, your girlfriend, your spouses, your friends, you are failed in life. You have failed in life, because without a nari's blessings and love, you cannot be elevated. It will be obstructing your journey in life. So, in the last Women's Day, I very, I would say, publicly expressed that in my journey of 59 years of my life, I will be stepping into 60 in August. In my journey, if at all I have committed any aggression, violence, hurt, pain towards my mother, sister, friends, colleagues, my co-workers, and towards my friends, my girlfriends, my wife, I apologize, because a man's strength emanates out of humility, and it's not there in the biceps and the shoulders.
So
Very well.
I want to go back to Dum now, really.
Dumb.
Because stress tsunamis, as you say, they're all around, and people, not just the infection, but also the financial stress and the entire crisis people are experiencing. Plus, we have infection, the fear of infection all the time on our heads. How do you see that people can survive, and can Maro Dum really help through this as well, keeping positive, keeping calm, and maybe thinking better, thinking more innovative?
So, anxiety is the progenitor of infections. Not that anxiety is infectious, but anxiety makes you a vulnerable host, susceptible host. कि आ बैल मार,
Yes.
मैं तैयार नहीं हूं, मैं भय से सिकोड़ गया हूं, मैं भय में डूब गया हूं, भय ने मुझे ग्रिप कर दिया है. So literally you are in the fight and flight mode. So your cortisol and your adrenaline is depleting you. So your immunity is in a shut off mode because of fear, anxiety, despair, okay, and all kinds of weaknesses. So your cortisol is released because you are constricted. Your body restricts blood flow to the stomach and it pushes it to the extremities. And in the fight and flight mode, the immunity is shut off. And it is shut off by default because the body thinks that you need everything to run, to react. Okay? And immunity needs a response, not a reaction. So for a response, you need to be calm, cool, collected, open, flowing. जब राधा अंदर से बाहर जाएगी तो धारा बन के वापस अंदर आएगी, और धारा अंदर से बाहर जाएगी तो राधा बन के अंदर आएगी. If the flow is disrupted through the constriction of the fear psychosis, through the shutdown, cortisol and adrenaline will poison you. It is a great mechanism to be used in the burst of emergency, but not as a state. As a condition, it's a very creative mechanism. It's an intelligence, it's a human intelligence. But don't make it a state. You be aware of it. Let consciousness prevail over instincts of fear. So consciousness is the flowering of faith. Instinct is the root of your fear. Wow, kya line nikli baar.
I wanted to ask you one more question. Dum maro
Yeah.
dum only. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are so many youths, they feel that, fagging or having drugs and, they are going to be happy and it's going to make them, feel high. Some of them do it for spiritual highs. So what do you have to tell them? I mean,
See, this
Is
is a
that
very
dam maro dam good?
see, this is a very matured audience. So let me express myself that when you spoke about fagging, you missed out on shagging. Why? Because no, I'll tell you, very important that the youth literally waste themselves and they are wasted because of the pleasures of the mind and the pleasures of the sex. They are lost in the polarities. Instead of finding their feet in the polarities, they are lost floating around in the, I would say, the gutters of polarities, which can become the gardens of consciousness. So they need to be better informed, better told. They can't be remanded. So when a mother sees a 9-year-old boy fiddling with his genital, it's not the right time to hit and say this is wrong. It is a time to explain the feelings associated with it, and don't disconnect the lower body from the upper body by saying this should not exist, this is incorrect, this is wrong. Give the right kind of information, education, and telling that it's okay to do that, but be aware of why you're doing it. What are you doing? And when it should be done. Once that awareness goes in year after year, it doesn't happen in one go. It happens as a friendly dialogue between a mother and a father and a child. And this dialogue, once it is not considered taboo, people will not do it with guilt and people will not do it quietly. So make them guilt-free, make it natural. If it is natural, it is not the forbidden fruit to be attained. If it is natural, it is there to be understood and use it once in a way for a biological release, not with perversion. So if perversion is associated to masturbating, the masturbation depletes you. If biological, physiological needs and thereafter therapeutic needs of getting a good night's sleep, of increasing your immunity because you don't have a partner today. Every orgasm explosion increases great amount of all hormones needed in the body to uplift your immunity. So use it, don't abuse it. But now coming to all the substance abuse.
Yes.
For people who are very conscious of what they are doing, just think one thing. This, when it becomes like this, it goes down to pick up the cigarette. But when you drop the cigarette, this becomes victory. But even yet, if you wish to have a smoke and realize what you're doing, and you've had a smoke, it has some influence on your brain with the tobacco. You feel that high and you throw it, be the master. So use it, be the master of it, throw it. Then you can do dam maro dam and once again clean up your gum, your lungs. All right?
Good one.
So there will come a point in time when you will realize that smoking is not giving me any meaning in life and you will go higher. Weed is not giving me any meaning in life, you will go higher. So in the matrix of the mind, if you are caught up in the pleasures, not being aware what it is taking you to, reducing to, then you will be lost there, you will die there. But if you've understood that, it becomes a great medium to teleport you, to transcend you in a dimension of awareness. जहाँ कभी एक गिला शिकवा नहीं रहेगा कि मैंने दम नहीं मारा था लाइफ में. Whether it is this dum or breathing. So experience it all to know that there is no ultimate meaning in that all, so that you can let go it all.
Super.
So go through the range of experiences, fulfill yourself, know that everything is insignificant, everything is fundamentally meaningless. Only higher meaning fulfills me. And that will elevate you to a position after knowing it, after living it. So anubhav or anubhuti. There is no English word for anubhuti in Sanskrit.
Super.
Nikki, I have a question pretty much related to what Zinal asked you.
Yeah.
And it's, we see the gay culture, drugs, addict, unnatural sex, whatever, it's all on the rise. And I feel that the humans right now, they are more in a confused state. Is it so? Because
I would say,
even
yeah.
even in yoga, this on one hand they say practice celibacy. On the other hand, it is said yogis can have a better sex. Okay, so it's so confusing. It's either like to be or not to be, to go left or to go right. Even when I wrote my thesis, I had written on both brahmacharya as well as yogis can have a better sex. So my professor, she was a South Indian professor. She said, "Yeah, what you have written? 3 pages on yoga can have better sex. Come on, reduce it." She made me reduce to only 5 lines. Okay, and she made me leave the brahmacharya pages, 2 pages, just as it is. So, is that one of the reason that the whole evolution is getting more and more confused?
So there is one perspective to this. So IIO, have it lost and then let it go. First of all. Okay. So that is one philosophy. Like when you're eating a mango. Okay, it's a sweet, ripe hapus mango or a pyri, you're sucking it dry. You're enjoying it. So you're enjoying the first mango, you're superb. Okay, ecstatic. The second mango, you're not that ecstatic. By the time you come to the third mango, it's okay. But then you say bus or fourth, your fifth mango. Why you're saying bus? Because satiety has happened. Because you've understood कि कितना भी खाओ पेट नहीं भरने वाला है और एक दिन उब जाओगे उससे. But there is one thing जिससे आप उब नहीं सकते. And that is the flavor and the essence of spiritual consciousness. So यहाँ से उब जाओगे तब जाके वहां समा पाओगे. तो उबना बहुत जरूरी है और उबने के लिए आंखें कान खोलकर अंदर अवेयरनेस में जाना, डीप डाइव बहुत जरूरी है. You will never be able to become a successful celibate if you keep suppressing. दमन करने से नहीं होता है. Because the more you suppress, the more it will explode one day on you. उसका दमन नहीं करना है, ऊर्ध्वगमन करना है. उसको yeah. So once you are fully तृप्त, उसकी तृप्ति के बाद मुक्ति मिल सकती है. तृप्ति के पहले मुक्ति नहीं मिलेगी. मैं बाजू वाली तृप्ति की बात नहीं कर रहा. So
this is something very similar to what Osho says, you know that?
Yeah, exactly. See,
Very
I am
similar
saying
to what
everything
Osho says.
almost. I've learned from all these masters, Deepak Chopra, Osho, Sadhguru, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, Baba Ramdev, Mahansa ji, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. ये अब सब मेरे में भूत बन के नाच रहे हैं अंदर.
You have imbibed their teachings.
Absolutely. और आज मैं कुछ बोल रहा हूँ, is through the prism of my experiences. I'm just giving a different flavor to it. आपकी माँ की दाल अलग बनाएगी, आपकी दूसरे की माँ की दाल अलग बनाएगी, तीसरे की माँ बाप की दाल बनाएगी. So it's all about giving your flavor to life, and it is your flavor to life which enriches life further.
Tell us something more about your Shunya quotient. We want to know. And
My
congratulations
Shunya
on the launch.
1 second. Zinat.
Yeah.
Okay, one question about, because he's talking about breathing, so I wanted to clarify certain things related to Atharva Veda. So speaking of power of breathing, in Atharva Veda, it is said that progeny is determined by controlling the flow of breath by male partner at the time of conception.
Yes.
Or in other words, progeny can be achieved by choice, not by chance. What is your view on this theory?
So, by choice, you choose a woman. By choice, you choose a food. Why? Because your mind is oriented to make choices. So, if your mind could be so much in ekagrata, laser sharp, laser pointed, and the acronym for laser is light amplified, surgically emission of radiation. If that is pinpoint with your mind, you can achieve anything. You can give birth to a fruit, you can give birth to a flower, you can give birth to a male, you can give birth to a female. Because you will determine, and your determination will influence the determination of your partner. It will not override, it will influence. And when both your determination become one, only that will happen. So that's number one. So the power of breath has the power to manifest, because your thoughts, your desires, your aspirations, they ride on your breath. Your breath is the arrow.
Hmm.
Your breath is the arrow. Your breath is the bow. So breath gives you the Dhanur Lakshya and Dhanur Shakti to hit the bullseye. And this is because of that it happens. The breath makes you choose. The breath makes you hit the bullseye. And the breath has the power to manifest, the mechanics of manifestation. Because to cook food, you need to regulate the fire. And to manifest life, you need to regulate your breath. So the expression of Atharva Ved is nothing but the potential, the hidden potential of breath, which people are buying today in the form of cylinders.
So you're also a very strong believer of integrative medicine, and that is something we know. How have you really helped your so many people that you have helped out of COVID? Is this been at the core?
Well, integration is always at the core. Yeah. And anything outside of integration is chor macha hai show. Because integration is oneness, and anything else is segregation, separation, strain. Where there is separation, there is strain. Where there is strain, there is pain. So integrated medicine is the way forward, because at the core of your being is a collective consciousness. And collective consciousness only knows how to synthesize, put things together, and understand the meaning of this world from the whole. That is center. But circumference, the intellectuals typically want to analyze and want to realize the meanings from the parts. Now, parts will never give you a complete meaning, because different parts will have different perspectives. So when the pieces of your mind and perspectives become one, PEACE is birthing. Peace. So put your pieces together. For your integrated medicine and integrated approach, use breath as medicine.
Yes.
Use sunlight as medicine. Use air and ether as medicine.
Yes.
Use the earth and the earthlings and your darlings as medicine. Use the chirping of the birds and the sounds of the waves as medicine. Use the vast visuals of the sky and the full moon and the stars and planets as medicine, their harmony, their synchronicity. So when you become one with all, everything becomes medicine. So ahar, vihar, and aushad, vishram and aushad. But they all can become your aushad. So ahar is productive activity. Sorry, ahar is food. Okay, vihar is productive activity. And vishram is deep, meaningful rest. And they all become aushad. And they're all holistic medicine, integrated medicine.
Totally. And when you talk about integration, it's about the 5 elements which you really spoke about. And
Pancha Mahabhuta.
Absolutely. And they are
Ek bhoot nahi, paanch bhoot andar hai.
What you call creators, developers, and the healers, right?
Yeah.
And how fabulously you explained that to us. It's beautiful learning for me, at least.
Yeah. Surabhi wants to ask something.
Yes.
So tell us about your new book.
Zina, thank you. So my third book is now going through the final stages of edit. It is co-written by my 2.5+ decade friend Sanjeev Kapoor. It is on immunity for humanity, and it is being published by HarperCollins and Popular Prakashan. And it's going to be fun. That book is going to be fun because me and Sanjeev are going to do a lot of fun stuff.
Is he going to give a lot of recipes? Because he's very good at that.
You have no idea. Sanjeev's food recipes are going to be mind-boggling. There is going to be Sattva Gun there, Rajasic Gun also there, and some real tasty food which will not draw you to the circumference from the center. It will keep you centered. And Sanjeev Kapoor, let me tell me, I'm blessed that he consented to do this. He is the world's biggest food chef personality brand. And more than that, he's the finest human being I've met. And he's a genius whether it comes to MBA, whether it comes to science of food, whether it comes to the craft of food, culinary understanding. Let me tell you, chefs of the world, they bow to him and treat him like a god. Chefs of the world, they call him and seek advice on all way forward in life. And he helps and supports all. Because as I tell people, for strong hands, strong biceps, uplift the poor. And uplift everybody who's there close to you.
It's basically a deadly combination, you and Sanjeev Kapoor.
Lethal.
Both
Ekdam.
are the best in their field. So we want
Because
to really
Mickey is magic and Sanjeev is Sanjeevani. So
So why don't
Mickey
you make some video series or something
it's
that we all can see?
those byproducts of that product will happen. So Mickey Magic Miracle, Sanjeev is Sanjeevani.
Lovely, lovely. Well framed.
And such a very important topic you're addressing, which even in the medical
Immunity.
parlance is
Yeah,
something
yeah.
which is not addressed as much. So
Also, I'm doing a research on immunity,
Yeah.
and the paper is going to be published by the Narsi Monjing Physiotherapy College by the Dean, Dr. Ali Rani. So he is my guide in that, and it will be published in Europe, America, etc.
So you also have a guide. I mean, that's a little unbelievable for us.
We all
But-
need. हजाम अपने बाल थोड़ी काट सकता है यार. दाढ़ी बना सकता है, बाल काटने के लिए दूसरा चाहिए ना, artist. And when you collaborate with people, life gets more advantage of creativity. So in the interest of larger interest, you must keep collaborating with as many talents to add more value to this universe and let this life be a blessing and not a curse. Okay?
Well said.
Well, I have another question. I mean, before, if anyone wants to ask.
But
but-
Himanshu wants to ask more on sex, yeah. No, come, Rajesh, come.
So I think
Mickey bhai, you're branding me now.
Well-
I don't want to be Baba Bengali, okay?
You are asking me.
let me brand him back to.
But don't you think that's the core existence of human being?
It is.
Yeah. Without
I
which
said
we,
no.
उसके बगैर हम लोग होते हैं यहाँ पे क्या?
Your 4 basic responses of your lowest chakra, Mooladhara, starts from fornicate, food, fear, fight and flight. Because
Yeah.
these are animal instincts and we are born out of animal instincts. So the biological need, the lust for it is going to be prevalent till the time your consciousness prevails on it and doesn't disconnect you, but distances you. There's a big difference. You cannot be disconnected, but you can certainly be distanced. And when you're distanced, it doesn't have power on you.
Mhm. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about 2 of the asanas, which
Yeah.
many of the yoga teachers, gurus, they are scared or shy away from it.
Yeah.
That's Ashwini Mudra and Vajroli Mudra.
Yeah.
So if you can please explain to the practical aspects and the benefits to our audience.
Do you know something that Ashwini Mudra typically is actually out of our Patanjali sages
Exactly.
observing a horse excrete.
Yes. Exactly.
And that
Because-
is the time there is a rectum prolapse. So when the horse, if you see big animals, when they excrete, there is a rectum prolapse. So the rectum opens up typically. It's the same biomechanical action. And after the complete excretion is over, it sucks inside the rectum back and makes
Yes.
it invisible.
Yes.
Now, this also literally is a cure and a healing factor for UTI diseases in women.
Mhm.
So urinary tract infections could be literally countered with Ashwini Mudra. Now, the only thing is that in yoga, the Ashwini Mudra works on your mind-gut axis.
Mhm.
It works on your mind-gut axis, and also the influence of that is still your polyvagal nerve.
Yes.
Now, so these are your glutes and this is your stomach. So when you do Ashwini Mudra, there is a Mahabandh happening also. So in
Yep.
Kegels also we learn to do that. So
Exactly.
like when you and me, like males, when we pee,
Hmm.
so towards the end of the pee, we squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. That's a subconscious pump to empty the urinary tract. Not just empty, but to keep the contraction strength on, so that when you grow old, there is no incontinence. You don't lose your bowel bladder control.
Mhm.
And also that keeps your virality on and your libido very high.
Mhm.
But consciousness prevailing over instincts. But remember, all of you, that when you have a perfect partner in life to make love and romance with, your spiritual growth is certain. Your spiritual evolution and fulfillment of life is certain. You will not run after sex and sex if you're fulfilled with love and worship. And in that worship, you will certainly, even if you don't want to birth a child, you will certainly birth a higher consciousness within yourself. So in this life, forget how much to win, how much to lose. Bakra pakro, na bakri pakro. Ek angel pakro. Life mein as a partner.
Yeah, that's what really made me inquisitive, because when I was reading Yoga Sutra, it was mentioning about Ashwini
Ashwa.
Mudra, and
Yeah.
but they've been
At the same time, you get the power of the horse.
exactly.
But the power of the horse has to be tamed down into the being of a cow. Okay, so everything is so interrelated in its science, philosophy, and the intricacy of spirituality and growth. Now, I could be answering the same question in a very different perspective to a very different audience, and it will not be wrong, because Mahavir's Vachan of Syadvad is the biggest philosophy to mankind of perhaps. Perhaps you are right. Perhaps I am right. Perhaps we both are wrong. And who are you and me to judge who is right and who is wrong?
Super.
The timing of doing the Dhammarodham Yoga and the ambience, does that matter where I am? The vibes that I get from the background. So it's a very simple question, but because we think, okay, we'll do it in the flight when we are going somewhere, or we'll do it in between meetings. Is this the right way to do, or the right way is to find time to do it?
So if you're in a flight, obviously you need to breathe still because you need to be alive. And flights today, aeroplanes have modern mechanisms of recycling air, fresh air, every 30 seconds in the whole cabin. Okay, there's a technology in place by Boeing. So, but don't do hyper breathing in the flight. In the flight, you have to keep your conscious breathing and taking a breath, letting go. Now, letting go, and if you do that as many times in your long flights, your jet lag will come down, because you have regulatedly filled your lungs and oxygenated yourself. So you will not, your body will not feel the gap in your time gap. Your body will adjust itself very fast, synchronize itself to the new clock very fast. You take a compass and you shake it. It will do like this and then eventually come and settle at north. So body compass also settles very fast if you keep breathing and if you keep calm. And if you talk it out, let's say 12 hours you're talking to somebody, you're reading something. So if you become timeless in 6 hours, as if the time went like that, then once again the jet lag experience will be short, because you haven't experienced sitting there getting bored for so many hours. Okay, so become timeless.
So can this technique actually help patients right now? Can it also help the
100%.
who are
100%.
going absolutely bonkers, trying to get injections and trying to hunt for an oxygen bed, and there is just more panic, really.
Also, I think Surabhi's question that where all can we do this? Good pranayams, good meditation to be done out in the open, ocean, rivers, thick forests, gardens. And secondly, if you can do it in consecrated temples, church, mosque, wherever people have invested their energies with astha. So because there's astha hidden in swastha. Swastha का मतलब है आस्था, स्थित प्रज्ञा, स्वयं में स्थित रहना, स्वयं में उपस्थित रहना, स्वयं में होना और स्वयं को होने देना, allowing The curd karma. That's my fourth book. Curd karma. के दही में मिलावनी डालो और उसको घुमा के 12 घंटे छोड़ दो, हर घंटे उसमें चम्मच मत डालो. Let it be, let it go, let it set. So the byline of that book is going to be let set go, not get set go. Let set go. Let the penny drop. Let the nature do its work. You seed it, but once you seed it, you cannot plow it back. Let the beach be inside.
Wow. Superb. Well, I'll try to bring Himanshu Bhai and my image back. That, you
Himanshu
know,
bhai,
Yes,
Agar
sir.
bhai.
Bolo
we are
bhai.
all first being businessmen. I have a question here. We are businessmen, or
Yeah.
we're professionals, and all of us are right now in a complete turmoil. We just don't know. The first wave was fine. We tried to stay indoors. We tried to figure out different ways of doing things. But now what? We don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. And
Now Samadhi. Sambhog is over. That's the first wave. That's the first wave of mankind. Now Samadhi, the second wave.
But I want to pinpoint to a point which you talk about, and it's about
Yeah.
dreams versus purpose. So how can we all utilize how do we attain that purpose in life really?
So I always tell people that pursue your purpose and the universe shall fulfill your dreams. Because the manifestation of your dreams is not an individual's art of living. Manifestation of your dreams should be a collective conspiration of this universe. But driven by purpose is your individualistic contribution to this universe. So when your contribution to this universe becomes very individualistic, in serving the largest purpose and interest, nature will be working. सारी कायनात लग जाएगी तुम्हारे dreams fulfill करने के लिए.
It's absolutely true, and I mean I am experiencing it. So though people are going through tough times, and we are only giving, trying to do things, having a purpose of reducing disease burden, it's really miraculously working the other way around.
Yeah.
So true. So enlightened, Dr. Mickey Mehta.
No, fine.
And-
So let me tell you one more thing, guys. Let me tell you one more thing. We are not here to preach people to become sannyasis and give up everything in life.
Yeah.
We are here to tell people that you and me and we all can be healers.
Yes.
If you can be feelers, which means if you can feel life, you can heal life. Because healing also happens with feelings. So we must ensure that everybody connected to us in our lives, we can heal each other, not by telling people, let go this, let go this, let go this. No. Experience this in awareness, enjoy it, understand what it has to contribute to your life, embrace it or let go it. If meaning arises, embrace it. If meaning gets depleted, let it go and then go for higher realities and higher realities and higher realities. And make mistakes 10 times. That's okay. Human beings are liable to err. Had we perfected our art of living, we wouldn't be breathing. We would be somewhere witnessing this whole conversation with Rajeshri and Mickey and beautiful ladies like Zinal and Surabhi and handsome hunk, our Himanshu Bhai, Ashwa, the Ashwagandha.
Well,
Okay.
if you permit me, I have one question for Himanshu.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, tell me.
Himanshu. Bolo bhai.
Because he's again advocating breathing, yoga a lot, and immense amount of work. You spoke about ocean, and both of you are really practicing it by the ocean. If
Yes.
you would want to say something about it, Himanshu Bhai, and then Dr. Miki, if you can enlighten us more on it.
So I forgot to address one part, the part of gay culture.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
let me tell you, first of all, we are all equals as humans. So a human is a soul before gender. Okay? A human soul, now I'm putting it in a very pun intended way, very mature joke. A human soul is independent of a pole or a hole. A human soul is independent. And a human soul is complete as a soul, but gets divided as a gender. Because no sooner you become something else then there is a disconnect between you and the progenitor. And meditation is an art to come back one and become one with your source. So gay in that sense are nothing different than us. Okay. If there are some biological anomalies by birth, or in certain cases, certain tendencies give rise because they are provoked and invoked in a particular way due to situations and circumstances. Is there a need to correct it? Well, only if the individual needs to correct it. Externally, we shouldn't be trying to influence people and say there is a need to correct this. But if an individual in that garb, ensconced in the skin, flesh, bone scaffolding, if they wish to correct it, it's fine. If they feel it is normal, it is normal. Because they know what is normal for them. Shadwad. Perhaps they are right. Perhaps we are right. Perhaps we both are right or we both are wrong. We shouldn't judge. But certainly biological, physiological, musculoskeletal transformations are possible. So anybody wants to become gay is possible. Anybody wants to return back to the normal otherwise self, because gay is also considered normal. So anybody wants to return to that self, that is also possible. Everything is possible. So if somebody were to ask me, what is life? I would say life is all possibilities. Respect and regard and revere every expression of the soul and every expression of creativity, including gay. You'll be surprised to know Himanshu, Surabhi, Zinal, Rajashri, that the gay community is very up there genius.
Yeah.
They are extremely sensitive, extremely compassionate, extremely loving, and extremely harmonious people. They are not the ones who will pick up fights. Their sense of repartee is great. I've worked with very many gay makeup artists. Oh, they are super to work with. I have such gay friends who are creative. They are buzzing with creativity.
Yeah.
So let them throb their hearts together, throbs their minds together, and throb their every part together with us. Doesn't matter. Now, there is a dilemma where we say that love between the gay is normal. Is sex between the gay abnormal? Now, that is very debatable. Once again, you and me are not the perfect. But yes, that does give rise to diseases and ailments. But so does multiple partners with human. That also gives rise to diseases and ailments. So who are we to judge and say that this is wrong and that is wrong? So if gay partners are deeply in love with each other, they will want to fulfill their sexual needs with each other. Isn't that right?
Yeah, biological.
Perfect hai bhai, perfect. Kya hamara
You two
sambhog
are there, so
sambhog?
we need to see some good yogasanas and pranayam. Himanshu bhai, you said you are going to show us some good yogasanas.
So in the movie Yahudi, Saurabh Modi says something, kya hamara khoon khoon aur unka khoon pani? क्या हमारा संभोग संभोग और उनका संभोग रोग, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता है. सबका परफेक्ट है भाई, सब सही है,
सब सही है.
I have spoken to very many gay spiritual elevated souls and they are beautiful, man. They are lovely to engage with.
You have to show us some yogasanas now, Himanshu bhai. Come on.
Himanshu.
Sude kar.
Himanshu te sute tu.
We really want to see.
Increasing immunity.
Himanshu te langot peris ke nathi peri Himanshu.
One Surya Namaskar from you.
He's all dressed in yoga clothes. Now he has to show us. Come on.
One Surya Namaskar from you, which really is a different, actually an improvised technique.
दिखा दे भाई.
क्या दिखा दो बोलिए.
So, for something good for immunity. And second, that Ashwini Mudra, if you can do it. I don't know. You said it. I don't know about it.
Ashwini Mudra ke liye, you can't see Ashwini Mudra.
While he's getting prepared,
You won't be able to see it. You can only feel it.
You can feel it.
While you're getting prepared, Himanshu bhai, I'm actually going to play a quick video of Dr. Nikki Mehta.
Okay.
Himanshu, you take position meanwhile.
Yeah.
So, which asana you would like me to
Anything
show?
which improves immunity or something, whatever you feel, you should show us.
Okay,
You should
immunity.
make the
fine.
audience see for
okay.
immunity.
I'll I'll
Himanshu,
show you the
but
Bastrika, powerful Bastrika.
I would actually love
So
you to
Urja
show us-
Vriddhi also.
Sorry, Rajeshri, what?
Urja Vriddhi also, sir.
Well, on a serious note, I would actually want you to show us the Surya Namaskar, which you have really improvised, and the way
Okay.
you go about it, because it's really something
Okay.
that viewers
See,
can.
I want to see the chair Surya Namaskar. If you could show. You had given in that diagram the chair, which even
Yes,
senior citizens
yes.
can do, and it's a easy thing.
Certainly.
You want to see that? It's his own creation.
Yeah.
We need to
So
see
meanwhile, till you get ready,
So
I think I'm
Nalini,
going to play a
one is our Surya Namaskar, advanced level Surya Namaskar. That's what you want to see, Rajeshri?
Yeah.
Okay. And Surabhi, what you would like to see?
So Urja Vriddhi Asan. So,
ऊर्जा वृद्धि आसन वो तो दम मारो दम ही हो गया ऊर्जा वृद्धि
Himanshu bhai, you pick what you want to show.
I think the best thing for COVID times, I will show you 3 powerful Bastrikas.
Sure.
Yeah, that would be really and that will be ऊर्जा वृद्धि also. Okay, it will बराबर बताई दो
જે હોય તે બધું
That was Dr. Mickey Mehta for us. Now we have Himanshu bhai for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go back.
You all set with
I think I should be showing sideways, then you'll get better idea. Yeah. See, there's 3 variants of Bastrikas. It's very powerful and it has worked wonders for me to get rid of my jet lag issues. You चाहिए?
No, I can take this tape.
That's two you can take. No.
Just sit there.
Am I visible properly or?
Yeah, we are all eyes at you in your.
Okay. So I'll turn around so you can see the posture better. Okay. The first one, what we do is, it's like pulling, Yeah, and you raise your body up, arch your body, open up your chest, breathe in, look up, and sharp exhalation. Okay. Okay. Deep breath, arch your body. I think we can check the oxygen level also. It improves a lot.
With your oximeter to measure the right oxygen.
The second one is as if you are doing a leg pulley in the gym. You raise your body up, open up your chest, arch your body, breathe in.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and the third one, still more powerful. Turn your palms and clench your fist. Rotate your arms. Open up your chest. It's like Ustrasana. What you do?
Ustrasana. Oh.
You ought to do faster if you want to get more benefits like this. इससे सारी ऊर्जा ऊपर उठाएगी. So this really helped me. This Bastrikas had helped me. Let's see.
Well done.
For curing my jet lag issue when I used to travel frequently, I used to take melatonin tablets. But when I started doing this, even if I had not slept the whole night, I would go to the business meeting without any problems.
Superb.
97. Oh, 98, 99.
Wow.
That is great.
Ah.
Well, thank you so much for being, taking that impromptu for us, and it's very useful, and we're going to practice that surely.
And you
Well,
wanted to see the Surya Namaskar?
sure,
Chair
yeah.
one, chair Surya Namaskar.
Chair Surya Namaskar, okay. Chair Lana.
That is his own invention, chair Surya Namaskar. Very innovative, very innovative.
Yeah.
Himanshu bhai,
Ah.
your second name should be Innova. Toyota Innova.
તમે દરેક સેશનમાં નવા નવા નામ આપો છો મારા.
So we did get actually a double advantage in this session, double dhavaka, like what Himanshu bhai would call it. But it was immense pleasure to be with Dr. Mickey Mehta again today out here. I know we all don't want this session to end, but we promise the viewers that we will be back with more such action-packed programs with all of us together, and we can have more fun. But I would like Dr. Mickey Mehta to end the session with some good takeaways that we all could have in this current really grim and panicky situation for a lot of people out there.
So let me tell you that replace fear with faith. There is a biology of belief. There is a faith for relief. And I would say that fitness, health, wellness, well-being, they seed not just immunity, not just transformation of body and mind and spirit. They take you on the journey of becoming characters and personalities. They shape your characters, they build your personalities. So whenever people talk in the parlance of weight loss, what is good for skin, what is good for hair, what is good for this? I mean, there is a shop, the shop has to deliver whatever the client wants, but I always tell people that work for the evolution of your being. There should be a wellness revolution for human evolution. So I always, mention my 10 commandments towards the end of every show, and each time the perspective is different. So I always tell people that religions divide, wellness unites. So make wellness the religion number one. That's commandment number one. Then Dr. Mickey Mehta's wellness revolution for human evolution. That's commandment number two. Number three, let's work towards a disease-free world. 7 billion hearts, 7 billion minds. Let's throb together to heal not only this earth, but heal the entire universe. Even the conflicts between supernovas, planets, and stars should be resolved with our prayers and meditation. That is the power of meditation. Commandment number 4, that for strong biceps, uplift the poor, needy, worthy. For strong shoulders, take the responsibilities of the underprivileged. For strong legs, be rooted in humility, to be better fruited in humanity. Sleep every night with a wish to heal yourself. Wake up every morning with a promise to heal the world. And then one can get naturalized. One can get energized. One will get maximized. One will get and become optimized. Your life will be revolutionized. Your journey will be evolutionized. Your process will be internalized. The outcome will be eternalized. The whole gamut will be specialized. You will get initialized. This world will get mesmerized. This universe will get hypnotized. When everyone gets revitalized to get Mickey-mized.
And we are all Mickey-mized.
Mickey-mized.
Totally. Wow. A superb feeling to be with all of you here. I also want to thank Himanshu Mehta for being here and also teaching us his innovative techniques. Zinal, of course, to be here all the time and helping us put this together. Can't happen without her. And Surpi, it was such a pleasure to have you on this show.
I want to thank Rajeshri. Thank you for having us all and being a lovely
Thank
host
you, Rajeshri.
and
Wonderful.
hosting all of us. Thank you so much.
And also Zinal, I must thank you because I know Rajeshri because of you. So thank you. And I must thank you for giving me a new brother in life, Himanshu.
Manshu ji.
Yeah, of course.
Ekdam,
Yeah.
new brother in life. So don't mind me. Himanshu is my bhai. Rest of you all are first names to me. No behens here.
No, I would have felt bad if you would have called me then.
Well, they both are bhais and we both are didis.
चलो
We are
चलो
good.
चाय पे चर्चा हो जाए फिर चाय पे चर्चा हो जाए.
Great. So we will we end this show today, and I'm going to play another video of Dr. Mickey Mehta, and of course promo of RSD Energia, because they really relentlessly help us putting all this together technically and taking it to different
Really, thank you.
platforms
Gratitude.
and also making sure that more and more people get to hear our thoughts and of course get Mickey-mized.
So Rajeshri, before you play the video, so right from Rajeshri to Zinal to Himanshu and Surabhi, any meaningful work needed to be done towards wellness, spirituality, mind potential, mind science, dealing with as many communities, please feel free. I'm available. Even if for personal wellness, personal spiritual growth, I am your sevak, Mickey Mehta. Thank you.
Bear with me for a second.
No worries. It's okay. The video is not there. We are happy. I love you all. I've seen you all.
No, we would
Oh,
love
yeah.
to play.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Get maximized, get optimized, get naturalized, exercise, let your life get Mickey Mized, Mickey Mehta's, your workouts.
The global leading holistic health guru, भारत में इक्विपमेंट फ्री ट्रेनिंग के अग्रदूत, 24 घंटों में स्विमिंग सिखाने के विश्व रिकॉर्ड होल्डर, भारतीय टेलीविजन और रेडियो पर वेलनेस को लाने वाले पहले शख्स, वेलनेस जॉनर में सोशल मीडिया की बादशाह, होलिस्टिक हेल्थ कैटेगरी में विकिपीडिया पर आने वाले एकमात्र एशियन जिन्होंने ट्रेन किया है बॉलीवुड के सितारों को, बड़े बड़े रईसों को, जाने माने नेताओं को और मुंबई पुलिस को, जिन्होंने भारत को कई मिस वर्ल्ड और मिस यूनिवर्स दिए, भारत के सबसे बड़े होलिस्टिक हेल्थ पोर्टल के संचालक, an author, a philosopher, an institution, the brand, the dream life coach, the legendary Mickey Mehta.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.